This is experiment 2 for digital electronics 2. In the interrupt module, we did not change anything, and in the system module, it's set to 1 megahertz for the clock, which is the same for all the other experiments. Here in the pin module, originally it's only RA4, but for the second part of the experiment, it required 4 LEDs. So we only focus on these two bottom pins. So RA4 is set as the output for the LED, and RB4 is set as the input for the switch. So here in main.c, we wait for the switch to be pressed here, and then this command sets the LED to a high value, or it turns the LED on. And here in else, in any situation other than the button being pressed, so for example, if the button is not pressed, the LED would be set to low, or it would be turned off. Here we have the same circuit as experiment 1, but with a button added to RB4. It is the same circuit except for this added button. So let's connect it to the power supply, and if you press this button, the LED will light up, and then if you let go of it, the LED will turn off. The second part of the experiment requires that the LED will blink at 2-second intervals while the button is pressed. So the code is already in the chip, and if we press this, the LED should stay on for 2 seconds and then turn off for 2 seconds while the button is pressed. And then once we let go, the LED should turn off. So for the second part of the experiment, it says that the 4 LEDs should be turned on at 1 second intervals. So this is where the other 3 LEDs are required. So these two lines are basically the same as in experiment 1, where the LED blinks. Here, while the button is pressed, the LED is toggled, and then it waits for 1 second. And then the next LED is toggled, and then waits for 1 second again, and then repeats until the 4th LED. And then if the button is not pressed, it will set all the LEDs to low, or it will turn them off.